This is a recent news story from Friday, March 2nd, 2012, from Jerusalem Post, I believe it is. And I'll post a link. U.S. Air Force Chief says Iran attack plan in place. Now, I know some people are picking up on this story like I think there's been plans for an attack in place, but they're basically openly stating it. But I think what I'm looking at not is so much to get into giddy rumors. This may be something that might push up the oil market this week. I did a little more on UCO double leverage, bullish oil, and a little bit on less on silver bullish because I'm really less sure about silver. Oil, I don't know. It might, but I'm going to use a lot of the news stories as far as if you want to. I mean, I don't know. To me, this is more worthwhile as a brain exercise than anything. It's saying that plans to attack Iran's nuclear facilities are intact. The Air Force chief said Wednesday night in one of the clearest warnings issued to Tehran from Washington. You know, he states what we can do. You wouldn't want to be in the area, and I know they're very capable. They will knock out Iran's nuclear facilities, enrichment facilities. And, you know, it's not my opinion. I know it is a fact, despite even if the reports are rigged from the Atomic Energy Agency, International Atomic Energy Agency, about Iran's enrichment facilities. They are attempting to get nuclear weapons. That's the whole thing behind it. It's ludicrous to think otherwise because they got so much oil and natural gas. Forget about it. They're going for it. They are. America's bombing targets would go beyond nuclear sites and include the pillars of clerical regime, including the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the elite Quds Force, regular Iranian military bases, and Ministry of Intelligence and Security. So this will be like far more than a strike. They're going to knock out the regime. And you know, if I was a betting man, which I am, I think they're going to do this. As a matter of fact, I would think if you went 100% leveraged oil, you might be seeing, you know, you could buy into it piece at a time. If you see pullbacks, keep buying. I don't know. I think this is coming up. Now, I was pretty much leaning to the fact, I thought Israel was going to strike Iran before the winter. I know there's a lot of talk, but right now there's not too much talk, but this is kind of coming from different areas. And to tell you the truth, there's a lot of push and pull going on. There's all kinds of junk going on. That's why stuff is kind of unpredictable. But this story might be enough, if it gets spread around enough, to push up the markets. So I might just dump it real fast too. I don't know, but or dump half of it fast. But I'm going to pay attention to these news stories and place bets. And if you want to follow them, go ahead. I think it is a pretty good bet. I mean, technically, oil should be between 105 and 115. You know, if it goes below 105 or whatever, that's looking bad. You know, you screwed up. But paying attention to these news stories might tell you a lot more what's going on. Now, I know about the euro on Friday. You know, they had the other Moody's downgraded the Greek debt again. I think that was kind of all factored in. But I think, you know, you see oil crap a little bit. I mean, they pretty much run together. Here's the euro went down on Friday. You know, these are daily charts. And silver went down, right? They don't all run together exactly, but I think oil probably is going to be the next one to run up. That's my guess on this. And I think that this was like a test when they did this last. You see this green spike here, whatever the heck it is. That was on Thursday, or whatever that was. That had a gain there. That was cute, right? That I think was a test of the markets. That's what I suspect. Now, I'm not trying to play any conspiracy theory, but you know what? 90% of the oil market is in the hands of a few people. You know, that's a fact, not BS. And it's news driven, so stories can do all kinds of stuff. So I think when they have this war with Iran, what does this article state? Right? They're gonna get they're not just going to get the nuclear facilities. They're going to nail everybody in there. Revolutionary Guard, the elite codes forces, regular Iranian military bases, Ministry of Intelligence and Security. They're taking out everything. This is reality. So, what do you think the Iranians are going to do? One guess. They're going to hit Saudi. If they can't hit Israel, they're going to hit Saudi. So what do you think is going to happen to oil prices? I don't know. I mean, the giddy minds will think this is going to happen next week because of this, and this. But this story might. I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to happen just yet. But if I know the mentality, I think the Israelis are getting really. I don't know Israelis, but I know like the aggressive mentality in business. They're getting itchy. They're really like. They want to hit these. They want this to happen right away. They want more assurances from the United States. And Obama's kind of like, he's trying to waffle either way. So I can see Obama having two big enemies: the oil companies and Israel. So I don't know about this guy. I'm beginning to wonder. He probably would make the second term, but you never know what can happen. I mean, he wouldn't be the first president got outed some way or another, right? So who knows? Who knows? But I think his days are numbered. If he goes against Israel too much, and he goes against the oil companies too much, they'll find a way to get rid of him. You don't mess with the power. You don't mess with the power. That's what it is. And this was about Israel talking here. Netanyahu was coming to Washington to press Obama for more forcibly declare red lines that Iran must not cross in its nuclear program. Israeli officials said, even as speculation mounts that the Jewish state could act militarily on its own in coming months. Thus, you heard, the Air Force General state, that they got plans ready to attack Iran. So they're all working together on this. If you don't want me to attack now, I want guarantees. And an Israeli official quoted Netanyahu telling top Obama aides who visited Jerusalem last month, if you're saying we'll take care of you, you're not saying that clearly enough. And he's just like an aggressive businessman. He's going to go for the deal he wants, and he's going to get it. He's going to get it. One way or another. I know he is. So I don't know, Obama's kind of like screwing up, messing with the wrong people, but do what the hell he wants. But like I says, if you were to bet on oil, I did on Friday. I don't know, it could be down. But I think that kind of news is going to push oil up. That's what I think. I don't think it's going to go down. I think there's be more tensions with Iran, and it's going to go up. And you know what? If it goes up too much, the only thing I got to watch for is a curveball. Is the strategic oil reserve. They could release some from the stockpiles. Obama might do that. That would be something to watch for. But I don't see that coming up right away. But that's going to be some of the ins and outs. That's my take on it. So if you want to go along with that, hit the oil on UCO, I think. That's what I'm thinking.